Welcome back to RimWorld. JC here, and it is a rather dark winter night at this colony. There you go, I'll turn that on. I think I should really just keep that on just for viewer watchability. Otherwise it is, yes, darkness with a few spots of light. It's like, let's at least have a minimum light level, shall we? Because yes, due to some of the mods I have, which season it is does make a difference. Although I can grow all year round, light levels do change. Also, it's also because it's raining. So, yes, it's a dark time at the moment. Thankfully, nobody has, put objects in front of the sun. Which would really peeve me off, because almost all of my power is derived from solar. And my food also requires that. And I haven't built this yet. Because they have yet to finish... Oh, HVAC. That's fine. HVAC, that, then permanent structures. Then we can actually put up some reasonable looking defences, like an outer wall. Which will require copious amounts of blocks. Well, actually chunks. But it doesn't care what chunks. Only this stuff cares what chunks you use. Now then, I was going to point something out. Here we are. It's actually got... Good grief, could it not be raining? Can the light level not affect the indoors? Ridiculous. I suppose it's only just lit. So if I shift... Eight. Brilliant. I'm going to shift it to about there. Six in. Right where that is. Okay, I'm going to reinstall that there. Because eventually I wanted to install a second one. Why? Giggles? Valid enough reason? Right, well, we'll just have to cope with low light levels. But as you can see from here, it's got little corners on it, and that's it. So I'm going to enable them to build those, because I've demonstrated that. And that will turn out to be like this. In which case you tell them to build the final parts up here, and then you get your corner. Yeah. That can be enabled to do the end part there. Cool. And I'm now going to select all of this stuff here. Tell that to go. And those ones. They can finally finish off this room. Eventually, when they get enough chunks. Let's get it going. More speed. Look at that. Finally, there's very few red crosses. we'll see whether that gives us enough power to recharge during the day. Finally finished all the components, but we are running low on steel. So they're off mining. More mining. Like, what are you going to do when you eventually run out of steel on the map? Well, hopefully by that point I'll have the mining outpost set up and I can just tithe steel from them once every 5 days. But yeah, once every 5 days I'll be able to tithe stuff. And like hell I need a logging camp. If that had been a mining camp for steel, I might very well have contemplated sending the ship over there and just liberating them of their supplies of steel. I'm such a nice person like that. I'll tell you what, mate, could you move that? Can't very much. We fixed the lighting. Oh, these blocks don't require much in the way of marble. It's only these outer ones that require tons of marble. Ah. It would gain recreation twice as fast. You would like to attend a party. Good luck, mate. We'll eventually get this set up as well, but we need the spare cloth. And at the moment, the cloth is kind of reserved for clothing. Oh, you do have the armoured goggles on. You also have the armoured goggles on. Perfect. Right. What are you making? A flak vest. Fair enough then. Got some shotguns and some swords. Heavy SMG. Got an LMG, a rifle, and some shotguns. So, rifle, 2 sawn-offs, and an orbital. Right. Right, that's the shotguns. LMG. Is it a bolt action rifle? Bolt action. When we come over here, we go, okay. Bolt action rifle. That'll clear that up. That'll get rid of all of this little lot. The stuff I don't really care for. Yeah, annoyingly it's the wrong pattern, but the style can be modified. It can be modified in some way. That's fine. We can change that if I ever decide to use it. If I don't, then they'll just get sold on. Or scrapped. Okay. Yeah, we do need an awful lot more limestone than we need marble at the moment. That just require wood. Might as well turn it on then. We've got some wood left over. you, look at that. It's almost finished. This is now actually a somewhat impressive recreation room. Finally, it's only taken us, I've forgotten how many episodes to actually finish the core of the base. I mean, survival came first. Flooring was not essential at this point, but at least they'll get mood boosts now. Whee! Look at that. Isn't that nice? Now what we do is we finish it off. Finished off up here. There we go. Yes. Rec room's done and the HVAC's done. Okay. Hydroponics, please. So that does mean I could start working on that, but I suppose I should really. This was going to be a landing pad, but I can move the landing pad up there. Have this as environment. Airflow? Yes, airflow. Gonna need a control unit which requires silver. I do not have a room for this. I could go in the dark, dank depths of the of this room here. There you go, that'll do. It's not like I'm going to fit much stuff in there. That can go down there. If I need even more of that. Right, well at least we've got that. Got the control unit in. And then I'll need to run a ring around the outside of air ducts. Whee! Right, subterranean ducts. Underneath here so we don't see them. Right, and that's the main loop. Because most of the stuff I want to air condition will be here, around the outside of here. This is already done with via this, but I can just take these units out, put a spur across there, and then just air condition this area the same way. Just make the most use of the system. These compressors can be put outside. Can only be placed outside actually, so this is where the compressors will go. Because this will allow me to have 2 units. Beyond that, you've got to build more. So I'm going to let them do their thing. Or, of course, we're going to get a mech cluster. What have we got? Proximity. Alright. Right. We have to select everybody and say, do not fire at Will. Will does not deserve to be shot at yet. Where's the range of that? Oh, right, we can set up right over here. Perfect. Purely for the command range. You over there. You two come over here. You can come back down here. Ah, you're not even going to be able to shoot from here, are you? Okay, now the protector. How far forward can the protector go? The protector can stand there. No, not can. Right! Everybody is in position. What I am going to do is tell him to charge in. Ah, the Mechanoids have woken up. Move in to engage that opponent. Arrest the fire team. Could you please, if you have the range, fire at that? Right, move you guys to here to fight the fire. This is his victory lap. In your own time frame. Yay! We win! Have that barricade, mind you. Blast heel, very handy. Reinforced barrel. Yeah, not the end of the world. Right, group 1. And then the remainder of you guys. And also this. You are gonna have a meal. So you get to walk all the way back here. Right, well that was that dealt with. That was nice and quick. Oh, I don't mind that. Quick bit of action. Zoom! And then back to work, as it says. That's it. Have your meal. Having a bit of a natter while they have their not horrible nutrient-based meal. There you go, just like that, as if by magic. Vroom! Wiped out. Like, yes, the command team has an issue with Mechanoids. They've always had an issue with Mechanoids. you know, mostly the mechanoids that are not on our side. You know, that, as most people would turn around and go, it's like, I don't have a problem with mechanoids as long as they're not on the enemy's side. Oh, I need to turn the speed back up. Supposed to be making a black jacket, I want to make a black helmet. Whatever. What is going on with this? Who's been making tons of this stuff? Is it you lot swapping gear? Yeah, it is. Because they wanted the flak pants. That's why. Oh, that's alright, at least they've got flat gear on. He doesn't have a helmet. Does have a helmet. At least they've got goggles. The helmet is coming up next. And it's just a jacket. I think that's it. Just a jacket. Yeah, jacket is last. They both got the flak pants. They both got the flak vests. One more flak helmet, and then we're getting there. At least these two are actually protected, although having her with loads of protection is a bit meh. She can't actually do any fighting. She might get shot at occasionally, so yeah, you know. I mean, she is a medical character, so if push comes to shove and she needs to help out, I can just draft her up and get her to come along and patch people up while a fight's going on. Other than that, oh, look at that, it's almost done. I'm still undecided about this corridor. Do I want it to have tiles like that, or do I just want it to be smooth? I mean, if I went with the tiles, it would match up with everything else. It would require a lot more limestone. When I say lime scale, it's like, yes, if we could make stuff out of lime scale, one, it wouldn't be very strong. I don't think lime scale looks particularly nice. And depending on where you get it from, it may be in a multitude of colours. What? I'm not mad. Honest. My local lime scale's pink. Which is more disturbing than anything else. Yes, suddenly, look. Oh, you've left some water sitting there. It's done. Oh, yep, pink. What? Why pink? Madness. Probably down to mineral composition or whatever. There's some reason for it, and I have neither the inclination to deal with it. It's just like, sure. Oh, that's a thing. What are you making? Made the helmet, now you're making the pants. Then eventually you'll get back to doing jacket. Apart from the fact this is full. He just took the helmet. Little rotter. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that, and I tell them to recycle 3 pairs of pants and 1 shirt. Which is what this section's for. And a button-down shirt. Does mean I have to come over to here and say this button-down shirt cannot be. So they will never select that for recycling. That'll clear that out. Just have to remember to clear them after you finished one of these builds, so it's a clean slate again. Otherwise, you may accidentally recycle something you didn't actually intend to recycle. It's totally not coming from experience. It's totally coming from experience. This is I've done that. Oh, we've got hydroponics finished. Okay. Permanent structures. I don't think I need nutrient paste anymore. Right, cool. Right, now we're working on the permanent structures, which means we'll be able to build the outer walls. Oh, that's nice. That is a good way of getting extra crafting on board. We burnt through components quick. Ah, that would explain why. See, it produces 2 all by itself. Control unit. We do need more. There's 1 unit per room. That's 8. 8 just there, plus if I want to take this over, that's going to be 9. We have got marble block. I don't know why they're not doing the final bits of here. It's like been overloaded with other stuff to do, I guess. How annoying. It's fine. I will take manual control in a moment when he wakes up. So, excuse me, sir, when you wake up, could you please get on with this final section here? Yeah, have your breakfast. And work on that instead. Oh. There we go. It's finished. See? It looks nice. It all blends in. It's like got a border around the room, isn't it? Nice. Yes. Fancy. This is now a somewhat impressive rec room with a somewhat impressive dining room and a somewhat impressive office space. I wish I could actually set this as like a massive great table and just have them have their meeting, their whole thing around a table, because that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a meeting room. But no, ideology says it has to have religious connotations with an altar and pews and... I'm running a corporation here, people. Never mind. This is where somebody will turn around and go, oh, well, if you have this mod, you can do it. Ah, great, thanks. I'll add that next time. Were you researching a Vaxstone block? Okay. Not entirely sure why Vaxstone blocks are useful for permanent structures. Okay. Scratch that. It is useful. It's a building material. That could be authorized. That could be authorized. Excellent. We're almost there. See, now I have my hydroponics. I could actually start work on this. And have yet more flow. But at the moment, it's not quite keeping up with demand. Yeah, it's not too much of a problem. We've got plenty of meals in storage now. So what I can do is go resources just before we finish. Nutrients. Right. Nutrient paste packager. Yep. That'll nutrient paste survival meals, and that can go just there. That can be undone. There, perfect. We don't have the steel for it because we're currently building. Every chunk of steel we mine is currently going into the air conditioning pipework, ready to put all the air conditioning units in. So they won't complain about having a hot or cold or having slept in the heat or cold. Damn well no, you select one of these people, they'll complain that they've slept in the cold or... No, not yet. There you go, slept in the cold. -4. Had to sleep in the cold. But have you heard of a blanket? Or a duvet? No. No is the answer. This game has not heard of those concepts. But the research team's still going on. We've got that going, which is good. We do have a supply of components when I have a supply of steel. I will need to start work with the factions bases. Gonna need silver for that, or they're just gonna come down, and I just basically command them to just like, yeah, I don't care, land, take the funds out of somebody else's budget. I don't have it at the moment. That may very well be a thing that'll happen, just to get the ball rolling. Once it starts, it's fine. Then I get to play the fun task of having to build up local military forces. Yes, it will say I'm hiring mercenaries, but in reality, I'm just recruiting my own staff. You know, I am assigning security personnel from the faction to that role. It's definitely not hiring mercenaries. Why would I hire mercenaries when I have an entire security division filled with trained people? But that's the way the mod's mechanics work, so it's air quotes, hiring mercenaries and equipping them. But on that note, thank you for watching. And until next time, this is JC, out.